Yeah, this is not good, man. Uh, okay, no problem. The recording is started. I will now share my screen. So first of all, what I wanted to discuss today is I have made an all-encompassing relative strength and breadth scanner, not scanner, but a क्या बोलते हैं डैशबोर्ड सो सो इसमें क्या होएगा सो टुडे it's explaining what the dashboard is and how to we can use it and all those things, okay. But before that, what I wanted to discuss 5 minutes is the problem. What is the problem? Problem is this, okay. So if you go to Electra, you see that Electra had a big base here like this, huh? And where do you enter to get this move? Okay. So what happens in bull run is that if you enter something thoda jaldi, then there is a so advantage क्या होता है advantage is that hey you got a better price, huh? Let's say you entered here 670 or 700, instead of entering on the all-time high 746 you got a 50 rupees का better price, right? But the disadvantage क्या होता है कि sometimes this breakout doesn't come, or it comes after 15 days of your entry, right? So in a bull run that becomes frustrating because you don't want to wait for like 10 days 2 weeks or so, right? So then I'm so this is what I suffer, and I sometimes become too clever and enter thoda aage early. So to circumvent that, I have been trying to use something called breakout confirmation signals. So VWAP from the top can be used as one signal. So for example, uh, let's see. Okay, so what I mean by that is this is the top, this is the swing high. इस पे अगर एक VWAP लगा दोगे, so you see that on this day there was a clear breakout of the VWAP. So this could be used as a confirmation key. So what does this say is that the bulls are now back into strength. As Uniparts में बहुत बढ़िया example था इसका. So sometimes it works really clearly, sometimes it doesn't. Okay, so that is a problem. Um, so for example, in Bikaji, we know that this is the previous high. Huh? So so you just have to put the VWAP and see that where it crossed, crossed significantly. That could be a signal that the breakout has come. It works for some, it doesn't work for some. Similarly, 4 EMA high is what many people use. Close above the previous high, this is a very standard one. The two more successful in my opinion is the super trend cross and Bollinger breakout, Bollinger band breakout, especially after contraction. Okay, so I'll show you the example of this using the Electra trade. So you see here, let me take out this, okay. So you see on which day in here the stock crossed above Bollinger Band, and that day would be this day. So you see stock crossed above this band here after contraction. So that day could be a confirmed signal that Electra has broken out. See, the another one is a cross above the super trend. So if I show you the super trend 10-2, so super trend was above the price. So above the price super trend mane ki the trend is bearish. So as soon as the price crosses above the super trend, which again happened on the same day the Bollinger Band cross also happened, and from the next day onwards super trend now is below the price, which also means that now the price has started to trend up. Okay, so these are the two confirmation signals, and you can see that this confirmation signal works a lot. So for example, let's say in NCC, if I तो यहाँ पे breakout ये 1T 2T 3T, right? 3T का 3T, this is a classic Minavini VCP. Although I anticipated and made an entry here, but the clear entry would have been on this day. If you are not sure, then like I said, we can use the Bollinger Band breakout, which happened on the same day here. Okay, so uh, so Bollinger Band breakout, especially after VCP, is a very nice solid in my opinion, can be used as a confirmation signal for the breakouts, especially the ones which we like, VCPs, and we trade. Okay. Um, okay, just admitting a couple of more people here. Um, all right, we have 11 people, right? So again, guys, if you don't understand something, just stop me and ask the question. Okay. Now, so what I was saying is that we can use a couple of, and I will also write a detailed article about this. Please go and follow, subscribe to my weekly newsletter. It's completely free, and I intend to keep it that way for as long as possible. Um, so check it out. You'll find a lot of value there. So I'm writing the article as well. But again, see. So then now the question is, does a Bollinger Band breakout, every breakout is tradable? The answer is no, right? The Bollinger Band breakout should come after a considerable amount of contraction. Okay. So for example, a couple of nice ones I will show you. Let's say yesterday Natco Pharma broke out. Okay, not actually yesterday, on this day when the triple B scanner also gave a buy signal here, it broke out. It closed above the Bollinger Band. Right now, this Bollinger Band breakout was tradable. Similarly, this Bollinger Band breakout was tradable, and this was tradable, and similarly yesterday's one was also tradable. Now, what is the difference between this and something else? So something else, mane ki, uh, I don't have a very nice example right now, but the difference is that the Bollinger Band compression has to be under single digits. ठीक है? अभी how do you calculate the contraction? So what you do is the upper Bollinger Band से नीचे Bollinger Band तक आप देखिए distance कितना आ रहा है. So right now it's 3%, 4%, which is very highly contracted. So this is a proxy for basically tightness. This is a proxy for volatility contraction, what the Minervini said. So ये भी देखो, ये contraction 1 आया, contraction 2, third contraction के बाद 4 आया, second contraction के बाद ही already there was a buy signal in the Bollinger Bands. Okay. So another example, let me give you in terms of names which are setting up, is LG Equipment. Now you see LG Equipment after this move has been contracting so nicely. Three triple B hits are also there. But now you see Bollinger Band at this point was Bollinger Band बहुत ही wide था. So this is what I mean by not ready for an entry. But now you see what is the Bollinger Band contraction. It's fucking -5. I mean in a single digit, right? So this now is a very is a setup which is getting juicier and juicier, and any upside movement, breakout of this Bollinger Band can be an entry, right? Um, so I have lots of examples like this. NDR Auto is now getting tighter, and any up move is again an entry. So this is basically a confirmation signal of breakout. Okay, volatility contraction, right? Any more people? Okay. Okay, so with that, let me now go and tell you about the dashboard, right? So now dashboard में क्या है? So this is the Technofunda sheet. In here, you will only find names which are fundamentally good. Fundamentally good माने अभी EPS बढ़िया है, क्वार्टर ऑन क्वार्टर बढ़िया दे रहा है, ईयर ऑन ईयर भी बढ़िया दे रहा है EPS. ठीक है, भद्दा आपको नहीं मिलेगा इधर, right? So we already have very strict fundamental this one. Now the second thing is it also gives you names which are high relative strength. ठीक है. Now before going and explaining about relative strength to all of you guys, I would like to first spend some time to actually explain कि भाई relative strength आप measure कैसे कर रहे हो. मतलब how do I know that when Sera, Tata, Alexi, they are like a good relative strength, right? So relative strength can be relative strength has basically two components. Okay, one is the time frame. So whenever you say okay, is let's say क्या बोलेंगे इसको, let's say is Electra a high relative strength name? Yes, because in the last 2 months or so it has done phenomenally well. Last 6 months or so also it has done phenomenally well, right? But if you see in terms of like monthly, is it in terms of like since 2021 December, is it relative strength is great? Maybe not. There are so many other names which has done 100% from 2021 level. So when you say relative strength, there is always a matter of time period. Okay, so always remember that. uh, किधर गया? हाँ, so time period, time frame. The second is then performance. ठीक है, तो performance माने कि अच्छा is Olectra relatively stronger than something like a something like a some example, let's say क्या नाम है इसका, is Olectra stronger than GSW? The answer is again yes. If you see the last couple of months, GSW is flat, but Olectra is doing good, right? So again, these two. Now, how to observe, how to objectively measure this is there are a lot of ways. Okay, one is basically directly see. Let's say we are discussing 3 months time frame. Okay, so or 1 month time frame. So you can directly say, hey, what was the close price now? And what was the close price 3 months ago. So if you directly do this, then you will get something like this. Okay, so let's say in this case what I'm doing is what is a relative strength of Tata Communication, or in relative strength in 1 month. So इसमें क्या किया मैं, relative strength now, sorry, close price now divide by close price 1 month ago, and you see that it is giving a value of 1.24, meaning that Tata Communication has given 24% return in last 1 month. बराबर? So this is one way where you can see, and likewise BHEL has only given 5% in last 1 month. So you already, if you sort this out, you already are seeing that Tatacom, Shriram, L&T, Hall, these are relatively outperforming stocks. Okay, similarly, so that is one very simple way to show outperformance. The another way is IBD way. Okay, so IBD क्या करता है? So we have an IBD way. So IBD 3 and IBD 6 month. So if you sort this, you will also get the highest performing name, relatively strong name in terms of IBD classification. Now IBD क्या करता है? It just does something. It gives different weightage to the performance of different time period. So आप देखोगे इधर IBD 3 month में it gives 40% of weightage to last 10-day performance, 20% weightage to last 21-day performance, and 20% weightage to last 42-day performance, and it gives you a 3 month ka relative strength. Okay, similarly 6 month ka relative strength mein you will also have 20% weightage to the last 6 month relative strength. So like that, IBD gives you these names, and and so uh, and so you will see that in last 6 months or so, the highest performing names are Dinora, Apar, KEI, Angel One, and similar names also are doing in 3 months. Okay, so this is another way, and that is the IBD way. Again, that's nothing different, but it just uh, has a different weightage, and it takes not just like 3 months, 1 month. It takes a couple of more than one time frame. Remember time frame. And the third one is Mars. Now Mars is basically another way to again see the same thing. Mars stands for moving average relative strength. Okay, and Nitin, finally Nitin from you guys all know, he has a tremendous job in using Mars, and I use also Mars indicator to see the relative strength here. So Mars में क्या होता है? What you do in Mars is basically you plot. Where is Mars? Mars. So this is the Mars. Let's say this is the this is the Mars. Okay, so so Mars में what you do is you plot the difference between. I'll show you here. So in case of Olectra, how you see Mars is you just calculate where the close price is with respect to the key moving average. So in this case 50. So Olectra is 26% extended from the 50-day moving average, and like 8% extended from the 21-day moving average. Now you see, the more the extension is, that means the more the stronger the stock is, right? So the most key moving average people use is 200 for long term performance, 50 for the near term, and 21 for the small term, right? So if you then now see, let's say in long term, reality, CNX reality is 15%, 16% extended from the 200-day moving average, which means that in a long-term time frame, reality is the highest performing sector. In 50-day time frame, it's health, consumption, auto, all of these, and in a short-term time frame, you have some other names here, right? And you can do this similar thing for this one as well, for stocks as well, okay? Uh, and then what I also did is something called mix Mars. So mix Mars is basically just like how IBD did use on average of 3 different time frames. In mix Mars, I have used an average of 200, 50, and 21, and then you will get a consolidated number. So again, reality, consumption, healthcare, these are like in all the time frames are doing better. Okay, now and you can already see is that where is our Nifty 500. So anything which is above Nifty 500 in this list is actually an outperformer. So pharma, infra, auto, FMCG, mid cap, small cap, consumption, reality, these are like absolute outperformer against Nifty 500. And which are not performing, IT, commodity, metal, PSU, they are all below Nifty 50, sorry, Nifty 100, you know. So and Nifty, so they are like relatively uh, underperformers. Okay, now so then moving on, what we have is here I have uh, stocks which only, okay, let me finish this first. So now we have outperformers, okay. We also have market cap, we also have float. So people who want to trade stocks which are less float, so less float में क्या होता है, if you have demand coming in and already because of the less float there is less supply, even a less amount of demand will move the stock very high. So we already know that wind has a low float, and so it's also putting the numbers also suggest that. Now the interesting part here is we are coming here, okay. So let's say if you want to just a minute, BBW percentage.
আমি গধূলি যাই আছো দুপৰীয়া
কলৈ
যাওঁতে ড্ৰাইভত যাম বুলি কৈছে এনে কৰবাত কফি বা চাহ
ঠিক
কৰি
আছে Okay, I'm gonna rush it through right now. So if you remember what I said is the BB Bollinger Band squeeze has to be high, right? Which means in single digits. So if you see in your stocks, I have BBW percentage here, and the squeeze in this case, Angel 1 is 28%, right? So if you see, Angel 1 is not ready for this one entry here because the Bollinger Bandwidth is too high. But what about something which is squeezed? Let's say CAMS or Ratnamani. So these guys will be very much squeezed right now. So you see that the squeeze is now tightening and very tight. So if this breakout comes, you can this can be a good candidate. So that we can directly get from here. The other thing we can get is something called ADR BBW. So ADR BBW means like uh, if the ADR to BBW ratio is very high, which means that in so this is 5 minutes in 30 minutes, which means that they are very much so let's say Ratnamani, KEI. So these so higher the name, which means higher the value, it means that higher the contraction. Okay, so polycab and data pattern in 5 minutes is very constricted right now, means that the contraction is very high. So if you go in 5 minutes, you see it's very tight now. Okay, so you can directly then get that sort of data from here. Similarly in Ratnamani in 30 minutes, it's very tight, right? So this sort of data also is available here. Similar thing is in here, but this is for in this index will only give you FNO names. Okay, so people who use only FNO, trade only FNO stock, then for them this one's good. Now sectoral breadth will give you, like, let's say Friday was a bearish day, but you want to see which is the sector which did well, right? So then in here we know that the advanced percentages, pharma 28% advanced, 28% stocks advanced, which means that it closed above the previous day close. Okay, and we know that banks did really bad, reality, QSR on that day, so this will give you a very short term thing. Now another thing is net high, low, which means that how many percentage of stocks made 52-week high and minus how many made 52-week low. So the higher the number, that means the stronger the sector. So auto, textile, FMCG, they are the auto is the highest. So which means that many auto stocks still made 52-week high on a day when the indices were very bearish. Right. So that is the this one, and Mars I've already explained. Mars indices, Mars sectoral, and Mars for stocks. Another one is sectoral but monthly. So in here you can see that I have coded for percentage move in last week, last month, 1 month ago, 2 months ago. From here already you can see that what auto did was 2 months ago it had a 5% return. In 1 month, in next 1 month I had 10. Then so that means you see that the it's increasing. The stock is power is increasing. Whereas for something like banks, you see that 2 months ago it had a 5% return. Next month also it had a flat return because same 5 month, and then the next month the return actually deteriorated, which means that like it was losing steam, right? So this is another way to visualize the sector rotation and outperformance. What else? Yeah, so this one would be the Minervini trend template. So only names which are on an uptrend in the Minervini trend template will come. And similarly, you can then sort it according to the monthly relative strength, and you can also sort the tightness. So nucleus is getting tight in 30-minute time frame, and so it will only, like, it makes your life easier, for screening as well. This one is again a total net 52-week high versus 52-week low. So you can already see that stocks were making higher highs and higher lows in 52-week high, but day before yesterday, it made a new low, which is lower than the previous low. So which means that the bearishness is setting in. And similarly, if you see now the stocks making 52-week lows, if they increase, that means that the bearishness will be increasing. So and the last one I have is here I have coded for percentage of stocks which are above all key moving average, which is 10, sorry, not 10, 20, 50, and 200. So you can see that banks have the lowest number of stocks, 50%, which are above all key averages, whereas 55% of indices are above all key averages. Industrials, IT, metal, and auto, QSR, textile, these telecom, these are pharma. The pharma has like one of the highest number of stocks which are above all key averages. So this is also another way to look at strong sectors. Okay, I'll stop here because I have to go. But hopefully you like this. The HPA, this one is shared with my group, which is the Homma Private Access. So if you like this, you will be getting um, important, things like this associated with your trading, and which will improve your trading. So please consider subscribing. It's very cheap. I hope you have a good day. Bye.